Good evening. Tonight I will narrate 2 short scary stories for you. So sit back and relax. Author name: Malia Girl 1314. Story title: Suicide is never the answer. Suicide is a selfish choice and never the answer, no matter how bad it gets. Life can be cruel at times, whether due to a lost job, the death of a loved one, a bad breakup, or depression that gets you so bad you ache for the quiet nothingness of death. But suicide is never the answer. Most problems can be fixed with the help of friends and family, a therapist, medication, or just time. In time, things will get better, easier. Suicide, you can't take that back. Suicide is a selfish choice. You may think you're ending the pain, the suffering, but all you're really doing is passing that on to someone else. You leave a gaping hole in those you left behind. The questions, the guilt of not seeing the signs, of not doing more. Suicide is selfish. I should have seen the signs when Amy stopped wanting to go out to do the things we used to love to do together. Hiking and sitting on the beach in the winter, bundled up in the same overly large sweater. I should have noticed the quiet meals, her late nights at work that became more frequent. I should have noticed how she leaned away from my embrace instead of leaning into it. I should have noticed that she rarely smiled anymore. I noticed these things, sure, but I didn't realize the importance. I just summed it up to stress at work, those long hours taking a heavy toll on her. I was blinded by my love for her, my need for her to be fine. The day I found out about Amy, my world ended. Now all I'm left with is constant heartache, constant questions that will never be answered, constant, overwhelming sadness. So please take this piece of advice. Suicide is selfish. I wish now that I let time heal my wounds. In time, I would have gotten over Amy, leaving me for her boss. I would have learned to forgive and move on, instead of being left in a pit of despair so deep that it's suffocating. Suicide is never the answer to your problems. Trust me. I just wish I would have known that before I jumped. Personal thoughts. Man, that ending crushed me. I was not expecting that at all. I do agree with the message of the story, though. Suicide really does affect everyone else. I don't think it should be illegal. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me. Ultimately, you do own your own body, but you really have to consider how it's going to impact everyone else, especially if anyone loves you. I mean, I suppose if you are entirely alone, maybe then I can understand it. But really, if you're suffering, if you need help, you should try to talk to people who you love. If they love you back, they will help you. It's a good way to actually know who your real friends are. Try to scrape in your life anything you can find that has any meaning, anything that's worth holding on to, and that'll probably be the people that you love. Second story. Author name: Skitles5262. Story title: 10 Seconds. That's all I've got, until everything's over. 10. Will it be painful? I wonder, more curious and scared. Eager, even. 9. I think of my mother. What would she say? Would she run and hug me, tell me everything's okay? 8. I think of my father. What would he say? Would he tell me to stand up tall, to be brave and strong? 7. I don't deserve their love. Never have, never will. Maybe that's why I'm doing this. 6. I think of my friends, my ex-friends, I should say. I used to have so many close friends. 5. but then they all faded. Everyone did, eventually. 4. They all grew so distant, like I was clutching at air and I was helpless. 3. Or maybe I was the distant one. Either way, I lost everyone. 2. I wonder if any of them could forgive me for what I'm about to do. 1. They were all so beautiful. It's a shame the explosion will make us all unrecognizable. 0. Personal thoughts. Well, you see, that was kind of a segueing story there. This is more than suicide, of course. And, this story... Man. If you have problems in your life, and they can be genuine problems, don't discount that. You really need to analyze them and figure out what is the root cause. And then see if you can work with them, do something to fix them, or at least dampen them. Because some problems just can't be fixed. Some people have medical conditions that they just can't cure. But look at the people who are in your life and ask yourself, if I tell them about my problems, are they going to help me? Are they going to blame me? Are they going to run away? Well, you need to find people who are actually going to want to help you. If you can't, some people will descend into complete despair and nihilism, like this character did in this story. Yeah, it's okay to lean on people who love you.